Okay, Shalom. Let's give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to the apostles, great millstone, elders of GMS. Okay, and salutation, peace, and blessings. Okay, to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel, people of Negro and Indian descent. Okay, faith-based Israelites, who that Freemason Nasty Nate makes fun of. All right. Okay, Israelite foreigners as well that have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of an Israelite, and the Aquath is humbling himself to stake the pollutions of this world. Okay, that's humbling themselves to learn this truth, this harsh truth. All right, the harsh realities of this truth, which really pretty much this video pretty much touches the soul of the wicked, and mainly the wicked black woman, the Israelite woman, who pretty much at free will has opened her legs to every other nation, in her mind think that she has no think there's no consequences to pay for it. Okay. Like the scripture says, she eateth and open her mouth and think that she has done no wickedness. It's the same thing as the scriptures mention her quiver, opening her quiver to the every arrow. But like I said, this truth, man, it offends, and it's harsh, and it's because it's intended to push wickedness up out of Israel and to expose the wickedness. This truth has a way of serving multiple purposes to literally destroy the mind, to literally destroy the spirit of wickedness. So jumping into the scriptures here, Matthew's. And yes, this is scriptural. This clearly this Israelite woman bringing forth the enemy seed. And these same women, that's doing it in these days, in these last days, of same women that were doing it back in ancient history. So again, I'm gonna jump in Matthew to 13th chapter. Matthew 13 and 36. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, "Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field." The tares of the field. And there are tares that are actually looking just like the so-called black man, dark. The tares are coming in every shade and form, just like the children of Israel are coming. How the scripture, how it's mentioned that Ephraim is going to be like speckled bird, like a cake unturned. It's the same thing with the tares, man. They're coming in every shade, and I know a tare that's literally, dark as Wesley Snipes, man. Dark, a tare. That's not even of the children of Israel. He's not even a Hamite. He's an actual Edomite. And his son, as I was growing up, was actually a so-called close friend of mine. And close we got to, especially in maturing into adulthood. It became clear, and especially now being in this truth, it's clearly what he is. And growing up, like I said, this guy, he even calls himself, and even his associates, he's labeled as dog. They call him dog. That's his name. That's his nickname. That's his street name, dog. Which is ironic. But like I said, when we were growing up as young kids, man, around the age of 11, 12, 13, I used to be saying, man, something's weird about this guy. He was cool. He was cool at the time. We're young, we're hanging out, we're doing silly, being young males. But like I said, as time went on and on, things got stranger and stranger. But anyway, let me get back into the scriptures, man. Okay, and the scripture says, "The tares declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field." All right, let's just go into what it says, what tare is here. Tares of the field, which I'm sure it's going to refer to as weed. Okay, the word here, the Greek word here is dris and enon. Let me see what it says here. Say it. Talk. And then you just like these niggas take on committing adultery as a badge of honor, popping someone's wife is a badge of honor. It's the same thing with these women. They having a baby with these tares, man. It's like it's like honor, you know. It's honor. It's honorable. I'm trying to get this to talk. Never mind. For some reason, it doesn't want to say a word.
G2215, Zizanion. Zizanion.
Zizanion. Tares, Zizanion. Okay, a kind of darnel resembling wheat, except the grains are black. So, the Most High. I'm gonna go to the scripture is speaking about about as far as the wheat itself. All right. But again, or here we go. The Strong's definition: uncertain origin, damp, darnel, or false grain, or false grain. There we go. A false grain. So it's a tare. So what the scripture is saying, what the parable he's quoting is he's bringing to you. He's giving you a parable of something that's false. Okay. Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. Something false that's in the field. In which, if you know the scripture I'm going to read, eventually going to read that the field is the world. Okay. He answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man, which is good seed is the Israelites. All right. The field, again, like I quoted from verse 36, the field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom. And this isn't hard to understand. This is just so plain cut, man. You should understand what it is. You know, it's obvious what it is, you know, especially looking at this picture. Pictures speak 1,000 words. All right. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom. And the children of the kingdom is who? The 12 tribes of Israel. Well, let me be more specific. The children of the kingdom are the elect of the children of Israel. You know, you just can't, just wake up and you learn the benefits of being an Israelite and you just make yourself an Israelite. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be through your father's side. No, we're not going to be proving this through no DNA tests. It's all a spiritual thing now. Okay, and it's clearly looking at the world. You can clearly see through all the other nations who the Israelites are, or what an Israelite is. You know. So again, the children of the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. All right. So let's go in that again. Let's go into verse 38. Okay. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares, it's the same Zizanion, G2215, are the children of the wicked one. The wicked one. Come on, baby. The wicked.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras.
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 Paneras. Paneras. Full of labors, annoyances, hardships, pressed and harassed by laborers, bringing toys, annoyances, perils, a time full of perils of to Christian faith and steadfastness, causing pain and trouble, bad of a bad nature or condition, in a physical sense, disease or blind, in an ethical sense, evil, wicked, and bad. And that's speaking of who, clearly you can see who that is. You know, the master of disaster, you know, the master of disaster, a Roman. Well, I like to say, especially what they like to brag about, what they like. It's like a badge of honor calling themselves Romans, man. You know, so we know who they are, the Edomites. You know, the earth was given into their hands to rule. It's clearly who they are. So the children, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. the children of the wicked one. Here we go, plain and simple. The enemy that soweth them is the devil. Now, the devil and Satan are not the same damn thing. Satan is a spiritual angel, who's in his rightful order. And devils are the physical manifestation here on the planet Earth of the physical spiritual being Satan. That's one thing the world gets wrong. That's one thing the world is totally going off about Satan, Lucifer, the devil, having no understanding of what the hell they're saying, man. So every word the world speaks is they're clearly going off, clearly showing that they have lack of understanding. The enemy that soweth them is the devil. The enemy that soweth them is the devil. The devil there says. Of them is the devil, Diablos clearly. The devil is Diablos clearly. They prone to slander, slanderers, accuser, falseler. Oh man, it sounds just like the so-called white man. Calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, and who clearly is, you can see who that is, passing laws of mass confusion. We don't need to go into any of that. Might go into some hate speech and get my channel another damn strike. I'm trying to seriously avoid my channel getting deleted. May be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Hey, y'all women are in trouble, man. Literally are in trouble, for disregarding warnings, for disregarding order, from totally neglecting and ignoring instructions, A lot of you women going to suffer, man. The whole lot. The Lord, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, can care less of your beauty. He can care less of your high stature and your popularity. He can care less about you being a bitch, period, a female, period. What's about to come upon this planet Earth, man, is let's say it this way. What's about to come on this planet Earth is the reward. And it's a reward that the wicked's going to receive, and it's a reward that the righteous is going to receive, and you're going to fall in your lot. So it says here, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. In this case, devils. Devils. All right. The harvest is the end of the world, and that's what we're about to witness. And Lord willing, those of us who's coming under the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and truth and sincerity is going to fall up under and witness and survive this and witness this actual thing that's going to take place. Okay, the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. So this is what's going to take place. The angels is going to do this great separation, which where am I at? The scripture I had on the tip of my tongue. Let me go to I think it's Matthew's the 25th chapter here. Matthew's the 25th. Where's she at? Here we go. Matthew's the 25th chapter. Matthew's 25 and 30. And cast ye the unprofitable servant out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, when the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. And that don't mean all nations literal. That means the 12 tribes of Israel. And those 12 tribes of Israel, you got to remember, are scattered on the four corners of the earth amongst the other nations. So they're not all going to look the same. They're going to look different. Okay? But remember, it's the spirit that it's the spirit, that the angels is looking for. And besides, in all reality, the spirit that's going to go way back through the seed of their fathers. So, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And who were the goats? Goats are the Edomites. All right. And there's a scripture in in Daniel. There's a scripture in Daniel. Is it Daniel? Let me see if I can find this. Daniel. Jeremiah as well. I think that's the first one that really caught my ear, was the one in Jeremiah. And the rough goat is this Jeremiah, just like a Daniel 8, and I'm gonna start at 20. The ram which thou sawest, and he's going through it's the image that he's speaking of here. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of the Media and Persia, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia. King of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. All right, Grecia, if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but Greece is just how you originally say Greeks. Let me look that up. I don't want to be wrong here. I don't want to be wrong here. I don't want to be going off here. Okay, put the letter here. This is Daniel. It's Daniel 8 and 21. Okay, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia.
Strong's H 3120.
Yavan, or Greece, like I said. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost part of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goes by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. So let me get the correct scripture here. Okay, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. And that's speaking of Europe, all right, Great Britain, and to be more specific. All right, let me get back to this Matthew's. Remember what the scripture say again in 25, that great separation, man. It's gonna be it's the angels that's gonna do this great separation. You know, like it says, the sheep from the goats. He's going to separate the sheep from the goats. Verse 33, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand. All right. Remember what the scripture says in Matthew's, let me find this. I haven't read this scripture in a long time. Matthew's 10, it used to come out every 5 minutes. Matthew's, here we go, Matthew's 10:5. These 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any cities of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he's being specific on who, all right? He's being specific on who the lost sheep are. And you can clearly, and you just being in the scriptures, you know who the lost sheep. Looking at the world, period, You can clearly see who the lost sheep are. And it's those lost sheep that's calling themselves niggas. You know, Negro, black, African, Egyptian, calling them every damn thing under the sun other than what they really are. Lost sheep, man. You know? But the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he's come to save the elect. And the elect are the ones that's clinging on to that name, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They're the one that's clinging on to that, that's waking up to that. They're actual Hebrew Israelites, man. This ain't no mystery. You know? He said, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand. So unfortunately, but the goats on his left. And unfortunately, a lot of you shameless dogs is bringing forth goats, you know, bringing forth goats, man, bringing forth the seed of the enemy, you know, bringing forth the seed of the enemy, when actually you should be ashamed of your damn selves. Period. You know, ain't no getting away, ain't no getting around it, man. You know, ain't no getting around it. So let me get back to that 13. I'm not sure if there was some more meat in there that I wanted out of 13. Okay, Matthew's 13, and I'm slacking. I don't know where I stopped. I might have stopped at okay, 39, 40, 39. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. And as therefore the tares are gathered and burned, as therefore the tares are gathered and burned. Again, how these scriptures come together, how they come together, going to the book of Obadiah. You know, just going to the book of Obadiah. See, this puzzle we put together, you know, these prophecies, by using this Bible, we're able to prophesy what's coming, what's going to happen. Play by play. We're giving you play by play. There, pretty much. You know, we don't know, we can't tell you exactly how it's going to go down, but we're telling you how it's going to go down. You know, so again, where am I at? As therefore the tares are gathered and burned, Obadiah 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That means that power. All right, and the house of Esau for stubble. So the stubble is what's used to keep the fire going, and they shall kindle in them, Esau, and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. So right here, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. That's right there. That's the harvest, is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angel. And therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire. So shall it be in the end of this world. This is beautiful, man. This is a future prophecy that's going to take place. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and them which do iniquity. You know, Esau is up out of here. So, Lord willing, I'll be ratified. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.